Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli and FSD. Thank you for joining. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Please support me on Patreon. All the links are below and above. And if you're in the market to buy a Tesla car, please use my referral code. I'll put you a link above and below. And you'll get $1,000 off your next Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. So that'd be great. Today we're going to talk about the amazing Geely. Now, I said it in the video yesterday. In America, unfortunately, we have very few choices. We have two good choices for affordable cars. These are the Tesla Model 3s with all the incentives and Hyundai. Between these two, 60% of the market is taken by two companies. The rest is absolutely crap. Now, I'm not saying Rivian is great, but Rivian is expensive. Lucid, great car. I drove it. It's hugely, very expensive. Ford and GM is crap, okay? And so we don't have any choices. Not Europe, not China, not the Middle East. They have 100 choices. There are so many choices. And one of them is the Geely. Geely and BYD are going to, in the next 2, 3, 5 years, let's say by the end of the decade, are going to be the biggest car companies in the world. Not GM, not Ford, not the Germans, none of this. They're taking it over. And if somehow they're going to make their way to the United States and Canada, they will eat everybody alive. A, because they have great products, and B, they have great prices. Okay, so here's another one from the house of Geely. And I have to say that Geely, it's much smaller than BYD, but their cars are by far more advanced. So here is the Lincoln Co's Z10. Who the hell comes up with these names? Anyway, let's call it the Z10. Like I said, Geely has a lot of variations, a lot of brands, a lot of trims, just like the BYD. But as opposed to BYD, Geely is much more advanced. Their cars are awesome, better looking, great technology, and now great price. Okay, so it is much more advanced than the BYD, and the growth is 100% year over year, as opposed to BYD, which their growth is 2%. However, 2% on a much larger scale, so it's not exactly a great comparison. But be that as it may, so this new car, the Z10, okay, it's based on a Zeekr 001, 007, same platform. Now, the Zeekr are more expensive, $35,000. This version of the Z10, beautiful sedan, you see the pictures, beautiful sedan, is $27,800 US dollars. Okay, obviously it's in China. Okay, and if you order it earlier, it does not do nothing in the United States. If you order it earlier, you can get it for $25,900, as an early buyer. Now it is going to be sold in Europe, okay, not yet with the right hand driving, so which means no Australia, no Japan, no Thailand, no the UK, none of those. It has very incredible dimension. I'm going to give it to you in meters later. And like I said, it's a sedan. It's a beautiful sedan, great drag coefficient, great design, great wheels, great battery technology, great interior design. I'm going to give you all of that in a second. And like I said, the price is incredibly attractive, and 5 versions, 5 options: rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and all kinds of drives. Now the range is according to the Chinese standard. So I'll give you one of them, the rear-wheel drive, that has a 30,000 price tag, 602 kilometers. That's that. According to the European one, the WLTP, it's maybe 540, 550, or who knows. So the Chinese standard is very generous. The max version has, according to the CLTC, the Chinese one, 766 kilometers. In reality, it's maybe 670. Okay, it's still amazing. It's still great. Okay, I'm talking about close to 400 miles. Okay, the Smart Max has a range, listen to this, 806. It's like 400 miles. In reality, 740 kilometers. Okay, so 806 kilometers according to the CLTC 740, more realistic. Okay, so as I said, it has 5 versions, 5 trims. Some of them have a 400 volt platform, and some of them have an 800 volt platform, which is like the Cybertruck. Now 800 volt gives you 2 things: the lighter car because it's less cabling, and the fast charging is enormous. Now, there is an asterisk there. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. One of the versions, for example, their batteries have what we know as 192 watt hours per kilometer, as opposed to BYD, which is 162 watt hour per kilometer. Now, why is 800 volt amazing? It can give you up to 600 kilowatt of fast charging. Now that's great. Just for comparison, the supercharger, the most common supercharger in the United States is 250 kilowatt, okay, which is about 1,000 miles per hour. So 600 is more than twice, okay, but there are very few, if any, 600 fast chargers. But when it will come, they will be ready for it. Now, one of the versions, the base version, has a 200 kilowatt engine, okay, and a 71 kilowatt hour battery. We'll talk about a battery in a minute. The all LFP, which can be charged to 100%. One of the version has a 95 kilowatt hour, okay. The all-wheel drive, one of the all-wheel drive has 310 kilowatt rear motor and 270 kilowatt front motor, which gives you 850 horsepower and 3.5 seconds 0 to 100 kilometers. Okay, it's about 3.30 to 60, something like that. Now, the 800 volt and the 600 kilowatt charging can give you 573 kilometers of charge in 15 minutes. Now that's great, but that's not realistic in the real world because there are no charges like that. But if you go to a 250 or 350 charger, you will get really quick charge into your battery. Now the batteries, that's the key. They have something called the short blade battery. Okay, first of all, they're very safe for fire and all that. They're very safe, and they charge faster. The blade battery, for example, of the BYD, that by the way are used by Tesla in their Berlin factory. So it's all connected. The short blade battery, they charge faster. They're really good. And like I said, the LFP charge to 100%. So great. Here are some of the dimension. The length is 5 meter and 5.3 centimeters. 5 meter and 3 centimeters, 2 millimeters less. The width is 1 meter 96 centimeters 0.6, and the height is 1 meter 46 centimeters 0.8. Very similar in the height to the Model S. Now, some of the versions, out of the 5 versions, one of them, 2 of them actually have air suspension. Look at that. Air suspension is awesome. Now, soon I'm going to talk to you about their chip that they installed because it's really great. So as you can see, it's a beautiful, slick, well-designed, again, same platform like the Zeekr, different version, great, best price, 5 versions, great battery, great charging speed, great range. Even if you compare it to the WLTP or the EPA in the United States, I'm talking about 350 to 400 miles. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. The interior design is slick. The battery is amazing. The speed is awesome. The range is awesome. The exterior look is amazing. The battery is very safe. 100% charging. I mean, I wish that we'll find a way in the United States to get BYD, Geely, and other Chinese manufacturers, so we'll have more competition, and it will push the American manufacturers to make better cars. Now, I have to tell you, Tesla, which broke their record of selling in China, I don't know how they sell cars competing with these prices, and it's not just cheap price and for a cheap car, a toy car. These are great cars, great technology. Now, I don't know, I made many videos about this. It's all Chinese government incentives and all that. That's political, that's a different story. But I'm sure there's a way to go around it. But I don't know how Tesla, Give credit to Tesla that they sell. Now here's the chip. It's an AMD Ryzen. You have it on the Tesla, the newer Teslas. Okay, V2000A. It's a great chip. Those who have the newer Tesla, as opposed to the Qualcomm and as opposed to the Intel chip, the response of the screen is amazing. Okay, it is absolutely amazing, the response of the screen, the AMD, as opposed to Qualcomm and as opposed to the Intel that we had in the old Tesla. So this is a great improvement to the technology. Now, speaking of technology, they have 15.4 center console screen that you do everything in it. I do not like the center console. I don't like that space in below. They have a window display of everything that you need. 23 Harman Kardon speakers with a subwoofer and an amplifier, and their autopilot features, safety features, are very similar to what Tesla has. Okay, so everything that you can think about, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, all the alerts, all the emergency braking, except for autopilot, they have everything in terms of features. They have everything in terms of feature, which is really, really great. And I believe, this is just a side note to end this video, I believe that when Tesla announced that they have a partner, an OEM, a partner to employ the FSD, it's going to be a Chinese company, not an American. But we'll see. It's my guess. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.